Greetings. This is General CJG here, coming to you with another reaction video. This time, it's on a trailer for a brand new. Well, I really don't know much about this other than it's some sort of VR type experience. It's called Tales from Galaxy's Edge, and they made a trailer of it. So we're gonna be reacting to it. Joining me here is my co-host,
Jedi Master Daniel 96, standing by. This is the way.
Yep. So we'll be reacting to this one in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, hey. Oh, so this isn't it for VR.
Get to the escape pod!
Costumes.
The
Okay.
First Order is paying a small fortune for a piece of your cargo. And lucky you, we're here to claim it.
Oh, wait, what?
Stay alive
Oh.
and meet me at Caesar's Lights
Wait, this-
Cantina.
Oh, this is more action-packed than I expected.
Yeah.
Rough one, eh? Welcome in! If you're thirsty, you're in the right place. Oh, you smell like Sabi's junk pile, kid. You alright? Ooh, I was worried about you. I know it ain't as bustling as some of the other establishments around here, but hey, this place is up and coming. You're getting in on the ground floor.
Oh god, I fucking bored.
Oh, a porg.
Oh, and if you're headed out to the wilds, can you pick me up a few of my trademark ingredients?
So-
Most of them probably won't kill you.
Most of them probably won't kill you, yeah.
There's all sorts of friendly little creatures out there. Oh, the flying ones are particularly adorable. I heard the Droid Depot just got some new gear in stock. Why don't you say hi to Mubo for me while you're there? Hi is code for completed. He'll probably send you on some wild Minot chase for droid parts.
Well,
The thing I love about Black Spire Outpost, you never know who you're gonna
That's
cross
hard
paths
too.
with.
Hi.
There he is.
3PO.
NC3PO.
Spy Master. How dare you?
Hey, your pirate friend stopped by while you were out.
so...
Don't worry, I told them where they could find you. You can thank me later.
Lol.
The locals can be a little rough on tourists,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's nothing you can't handle. While you're here, let me tell you the story of a mysterious Jedi temple right here on Batu.
Padawan Partisan Z. Receive
Yoda.
the council.
There he is.
Wait, how?
The Jedi never gives up.
Wait, what? Okay, November 19th?
19th.
Okay. Okay, so what do you think? Because I think I'm like, so this is Galaxy's Edge made real, but how would this fit in the continuity?
Yeah, that's the question I have with Yoda. Or is this more like, I don't know, is this like just a fun what if game where it's not really strictly by the canon, you know?
Well,
That could be one.
I guess, but well,
Yeah, because I hear like mentions of the First Order, then appearance of Yoda, and it's like, how does this all match up? I mean, is this, I guess, a what if kind of thing?
well, I think we're gonna have that answer soon when we read specific website interviews on StarWars.com about this one. But for now, I think we should go piece by piece with this trailer.
All right, let me just
So,
head back
first-
there.
So the first thing we see is this pilot apparently in space being getting exploded. That ship. Wait, that ship. There's a ship that explode. Did you see the ship?
Hang on,
A ship that's arriving to pick up your character.
like yeah, and it's like, is it like you escape somewhere or something? I remember seeing.
Yeah. No, I mean the ship that it's in the middle on the top that is pretty much arriving to rescue you. You see it in 2 seconds.
Hang on,
It's in 2
Let's see.
seconds.
in seconds.
Yeah,
God.
002.
Oh, I see it. And it's
Which-
like a hologram.
Kinda, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's interesting. That ship really looks like something, I don't know, Ebon Hawk-ish or Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The
So,
graphic. What do you think of the graphics?
well, I mean, it is a VR game, so I guess it looks fine. So I mean, it does look cool for a VR
Yeah.
game. So
I don't know. There's that one bit where he's throwing the darts. It almost looks like the old Republic MMO graphics to an extent,
in a few
like the
areas.
lighting.
In a few areas, yes. Okay, there's this
Yeah.
next part in which this says that he's captured in game, actual gameplay may vary. So so he's navigating some sort of in 009 he's traveling some sort of hallways of a ship. If you notice.
Yeah, that bit, like, and then where he's shooting people, and then he punches that one guy.
No. 009 seconds. We're going by order at the very beginning.
Okay.
So then he's like in front of a screen with where a
Yeah.
has like a blaster aiming at him.
And then he punches the Trandoshan-looking creature. And then he's in.
No, after that he dispatches some sort of cargo into space, and then he starts shooting at some other pirate. And then there he is punching the Trandoshan. Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole punching the Trandoshan. Then
And then there's
he closes the
Yeah, then
door,
there-
and there's a
yeah.
Quarren that apparently we saw on the screen, and
Yeah, I see what you know, the Quarren, yeah, where it's like you're in an escape pod or something.
yeah, kind of. Then in 24 seconds, we see, I guess, the cantina section of Galaxy's Edge with that guy with the 6 eyes.
Yeah, I know what you mean there.
Yeah, and he's pretty much like saying hi, hello, and then he's playing an intergalactic jukebox, I guess.
Yeah, and that's why I say how the darts, how it like the lighting looks like something out of the old Republic MMOs.
There is the darts game you were talking about.
Yeah, no, it's like the lighting looks like something you'd get out of the old Republic MMOs, like that kind of lighting.
Yeah, something like that. In it. Then he opens the refrigerator and there's the jukebox and there's a fucking
Yeah, the
porg.
Porg.
Yeah, and then Galaxy. This is pretty much supposed to be the most realistic representation of Galaxy's Edge. Like it's supposed to be what we saw in Disney World or Disneyland, but in VR and inside the Star Wars world, like legitimately.
Yeah, like more the in-universe look to it.
Yeah. Then we see in 50 seconds some of the landscape of Batuu, if you noticed. It's interesting. I had not seen that in, Disneyland.
Yeah, that looks kind of interesting. Like, I mean, I read the Galaxy's Edge comic miniseries. But yeah, that kind of looks like, something new.
Mm-hmm. Then we see some fruit he's grabbing.
Yeah.
And then
then you get in. Then it's like he fights the bat-looking like creatures.
Yeah. So he actually first fights 2 salacious crumb creatures, and then he goes for the bad creatures.
Yeah. Well,
Which is
are they Minox or no?
I don't think so. Minox don't. They don't really attack people. No, they're not Minox, and Minox don't even have 4 eyes.
Yeah, and then
the droid depot. He's in the droid depot. So I guess he either wanted a droid or wanted some mechanical parts or something. No idea, but he's repairing a droid.
Yeah, and then we get to the blue creature.
Then we get to the Black Spire outpost, the one in which R2D2 is arriving, as well as C-3PO.
Oh yeah, and R2D2.
I wonder if those will be the only main Star Wars characters besides, Yoda. Or something. Oh, the pirates from the ship are here. So, I'm one because there's multiple sections of interacting with the world, and there's combat, and there's is this some sort of VR open world-ish type game, or what is this?
I have no idea. I've never even, done any research on it. Because I'm not a VR gamer, but
don't worry.
I'm just
we'll get into the details of it soon. But for now, we're just going by what the trailer shows. So then here's the character shooting some droids. Then he's throwing a thermal detonator at one of the pirates. Then so C-3PO falls down. Then there's a remote that has a shield and is shooting at the pirates. Then that guy with the 6 eyes again. He's putting the fruit in the blender, I guess, and drinking it. And then in the end, of course, we see Yoda
I
in the
know.
Jedi Temple, which I'm strongly wondering. No, okay, I'm seriously okay. So if you notice if you notice here in this shot, you see that your character no longer is not the same character because it's a very different. You see the hands; they're blue with painted fingernails, whereas in the previous one it was some sort of like smuggler or someone using gloves and stuff. So it's probably a flashback scene as far as I
It
know.
could be. Maybe that would be the only way to make it make sense, where you'd see Yoda and then you're a Jedi, where maybe I don't know, maybe you play as a force sensitive character, then the other character is a non-force sensitive.
Yeah. No. Well, if you notice, the character was using a lightsaber when you had.
Yeah.
So
So maybe there's like two different characters you play as.
possibly, yeah. So there's that. Now let's go to the info we found in StarWars.com. So regarding Tales from Galaxy's Edge, you'll encounter Anthony Daniels Stripio, Min-Master Yoda. The director of this experience, called Jose Perez 3, talks StarWars.com about the upcoming experience. Lightsaber wielding fun of trials at Tatooine, intense story-driven Vader Immortal. IOMX Lab has continually pushed the boundaries of experiential storytelling in virtual reality. And let's face it, seeing Darth Vader walk towards you is kind of awesome. And then there's Galaxy's Edge. So, this is some interesting. So, okay. So apparently this... it seems that this is going to be some sort of exploration adventure while same time engaging in some stories. So the concept of this game was that at IOMX Lab, they just loved Star Wars and they wanted to create something that would allow them to freely explore the multifaceted universe George Lucas created 40 years ago. So they developed a structure for a story to fictionally support the idea of jumping between different eras in the Star Wars galaxy. Okay, that explains
So that would make
it.
more sense. Like,
That explains the Yoda portion in the trailer. That explains it. Okay. So that's where Cecil Slack and his tales come in. He tells such great stories you will literally be transported to other places and eras as you live out these adventures firsthand. This structure allows us to play with different mechanics and tones as we dig into future tales. Okay, so the guy that so that bartender we were like talking to. So turns out that most of the stuff we're seeing that's either combat heavy or stuff that supposedly doesn't happen at that same time, those are probably flashbacks or some just tales or legends he's talking. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
yeah,
without
because
breaking
that
the
would
lore.
make more sense on how this could all fit in. Maybe there's bits you play during the prequel era,
Yeah, exactly.
and then maybe there's bits you play during the original trilogy, then the sequel trilogy.
Yes, exactly. So at least there's that. Now here they're asking the director like, what are the differences between Black Spire Outpost in the Disney parks compared to this? And the director says, being able to stand in a physical version of Star Wars was incredibly helpful. The ability to absorb the atmosphere of the land was super informative. In our experience, players will actually spend their time in this adventure on the outskirts of Black Spire Outpost. Building out these new areas of Batuu was an incredible challenge that our artists tackled head on with a lot of enthusiasm. We were very lucky to have a physical world we could reference from an art and story perspective, and I think it really solidified the project as a whole.
So probably you'll see more of it from like the you'll see the more in universe perspective, where I think the theme park has to be more just like to make it fit more, like try to get the aesthetic, but making it more fit like the what do you call it? Like the more, just to make it more like a theme park. When this one more be what it's envisioned.
Yeah, indeed. So, okay, so in this next portion, they're talking about how Anthony Daniels reprising his role as C-3PO, and that it's pretty much an amazing way to do it. And they don't get too much to detail with C-3PO's role, other than you're just working on a ship that is transporting 3PO to Batu when shenanigans ensue. So, okay, so 3PO is just pretty much stranded there and needs someone to fix the ship. Okay, that's cool. Then here's a part regarding Yoda that they also tease Yoda, like you probably can't see much, can't say anything about it, but what can you tell us? Well, basically that it's gonna be a really exciting experience with standing next to Master Yoda. That's going to be interesting. And then the final one, it says a VR is still a new form of storytelling for Star Wars. What do you think VR offers to Star Wars that traditional media cannot? And the director says that VR is by far the most immersive way to experience Star Wars from your living room. Being able to stand directly next to these iconic characters, explore the galaxy from any angle, battle enemies with one-to-one motion controls, and be a character in the story yourself was simply not possible before virtual reality. It's really its own theme. It's pretty researched.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So that's one of the articles from a while ago. This next one is a much latest one. So pretty much talks about that it's finally giving us a trailer. Then it pretty much talks about what we saw, seeing Yoda and everything. So, and then here is where basically they're talking about how they are going to approach the multi-layered storytelling while ensuring that everything was connected in a realistic way. Well, as we already know, Daniel pretty much just said, just legends told through certain flashbacks and stuff. But here, the director said, we always knew we wanted to tell a story that was anthological in a way. We always knew we wanted a bartender was going to tell you stories that you would be transported away to. The big reason for that is we're huge Star Wars fans, and it gives us the opportunity to play in all the different eras in Star Wars, which is really exciting for us. I love the prequels, sequels, original trilogy. I love it all. I think that love and appreciation was something that was deeply rooted in our approach from the beginning. One thing that became very clear was that we needed some kind of story that was pulling us into that cantina in the first place and firmly grounding us on Batu and in Black Spire Outpost. So that's where the droid repair technician story came in. We felt that we really wanted to use that as an opportunity to introduce all these new characters that are already being told about in the parks and are going to become a bigger part of the Star Wars galaxy.
Interesting. So I guess they wanted to make something that would connect it all, because as we did the research, this is more of a cross-era game.
Yeah.
Instead of it, I guess, focusing on one sort of storyline.
Yes, indeed.
Where it's set in a particular era, so it'd be more interesting how they branch out to the other eras, as I said, playing in the prequel era, the original trilogy, and the sequel era.
Yeah.
So which would make more sense, and that's kind of when we were trying to wrap our heads around, so we kind of get our answers here.
Yeah, indeed. And the next question revolves a new character called Tara Rashin, which is the Korean leader that we saw in the trailer. So. So that's
like the one that was trying to shoot you?
Yes, that one. So that is the main baddie in this story, actually. So he's going to be the main antagonist.
So that person will be the villain. Then you kind of have pictures of the Guardian Death Gang from The Force Awakens.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. So that pretty much confirms the sequel trilogy sections. Regarding the gameplay, okay, this is an interesting one. So they're asking that, can you tell us a bit more about what kind of activities we'll be doing or mechanics we'll be utilizing? The director says the really interesting thing about Tales that it allows us to explore a bunch of different mechanics because of the way we're approaching our storytelling. For the droid repair technician, there's a heavy focus on being a droid repair technician. You have this cool item, we call it an all-kit tool. It has fusion torches, little zappers, and a hydro scanner. It's got all these great capabilities that allow you to do things like slice open consoles so that you can get into those things and mess with them. Within that story, there are also things called training remotes, which can be seen in a lot of the films. As a droid repair technician, you'll be able to carry those around with you. There are several different types that have different functions. There are some that you can throw up in the air and they help you fight alongside you. They all have some special features that are really cool. On top of that, there are blasters that are used throughout the droid repair technician story. You're going to be using a lot of those. So we're covering a lot of fun Star Wars fantasy things within that particular story. In the tale, it's all about the Force and lightsabers and dealing with the... Oh, I think he meant the trial. In the trial, it's all about the Force and lightsabers and dealing with the darkness as a Padawan. Just off the bat, in part 1, we have some really interesting mechanics that we're playing with. For part 2, we can't say too much about it, but we're already expanding out into completely new areas and functionalities. Interesting. And then somebody from another one developer, not the main director, another one, it's called Ian Bowie, said the really cool thing about this mechanics is how they allow you to traverse black spiral outposts in a way that you haven't been able to before. When you step into the park, you see those huge spires and get the sense that adventure is out there. Now you're given the opportunity to actually venture out into the wilds and experience that adventure. With the tools that you have as a technician, you're able to take on pirates with the training remotes or use the hover pack to explore spaces you wouldn't be able to on foot. Getting to use these droid technician repair tools in different creative contexts is really very cool. Interesting. That's very interesting. So we're going to have plenty to play with in this one.
Yeah.
So. Then the director is talking about how he learned from the past VR experiences like Vader Immortal in terms of incorporating lightsabers, and he said they took a lot from what they learned from Vader Immortal, and they pretty much took the same mechanics and brought them to Tales. So it's interesting. So there's that. They pretty much say the big difference that they're wrapping a clean story around that action, and I think that's really cool that we're focusing on with lightsabers here. It's not about trying to do cool combat. We've done that already in the Dojo and Better Immortal. Now it's really about the storytelling, how we pull through the experience. Okay, interesting. Then they ask that it seems like such a perfect activity. You get to travel to a new world, have new experiences all from home. What do you find so exciting about VR and what can it offer? Then Ian Bowie says, the transformative nature of VR is something that I step into every day. With everything we're doing right now to be safe as a society, VR allows me to go out and meet people, to go out and experience things right now that just aren't safe or possible. Being able to actually feel like I'm in the Star Wars universe with VR actually shares a lot of similarities with how it feels to walk into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. It's a feeling that people who have been to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge understand, to be able to have the same experience at home and to be able to step back into any time by putting on the Quest headset. That's something that I absolutely love about my job. Every day I get to walk up and interact with all these characters that were such a big part of my childhood and creative development. Being able to access it anytime at home is just absolutely fantastic. I can say that with me having gone to Galaxy's Edge, it probably would be just as good, if not, I say better than even Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, I've never been yet, so I can't say how good the theme park is. How the experience is. But
it was pretty good, yeah. So
yeah, even with this one, even with us during a pandemic, you can even have a good opportunity here, and even if the people who can't afford to go can experience this VR.
Yeah. Okay, the director said that Black Spiral Outpost is a real place. It exists right now. He means Galaxy's Edge. So the story we're telling in Tales aren't covering what you do when you usually visit Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, like building a lightsaber or going to Olga's Cantina. We're trying to build out stories that are on the outskirts, that bleed in and expand that world. For me, it's really exciting to hang out in Cecil Slack's Cantina and look out the window, see the Falcon, and know that I'm going to be able to go back there at some point, but right now I've got another job to do. I'm going to go to Batuu and do my droid repair technician jobs, and know that when I'm done with all of that, I'm going to go back to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in the parks, and all these new stories will be in my head. I know how Mubo is. I've hung out with him. We want to give people another medium to experience Galaxy's Edge in the meantime, and then when you do return to Disneyland Resort or Walt Disney World Resort, it will be an even richer experience because of the stories that we've told. Okay, so this is pretty much not a copy-paste of Galaxy's Edge. I mean, it was clear from the trailer, but for those that were still wondering, this is not a copy-paste. It's more of its own thing, but still taking place in the same place. Well, most of it taking place in the same place we've been. So,
yeah. Imagine if this is like, I don't know, if you're experiencing the tie-in material for Galaxy's Edge. Imagine kind of that.
Kind of like that, but in video game form and with a full VR headset, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, what do you think of that info? Now we know more about this game.
It's interesting. I think it's a good way to explore more of the planet. And they've already, for the planet, this is like, now we have it in now since we have it now in a video game form in the VR experience, and then we already have the tie-in books and comics to Galaxy's Edge, and I wonder if we're ever gonna see Batu in a future movie or show anytime soon, which I think would be another way to bring it out more because it's there. It would be a a business decision by Disney, and I think it's a good way, to go in other mediums to explore the planet Batu, which is where Galaxy's Edge is.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. It is an interesting one. So, yeah. So, any final thoughts to say on Tales from the Galaxy's Edge?
Looks alright. Looks like it be a fun experience, even though I don't have a VR headset. But what about you? Do you have a VR headset?
No, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to go to some sort of friend's house or whatever to even experience this, if there is a way to experience it. By that I
that's
mean,
what I'd have to do. Probably if I know anyone that has a VR experience and will get this game, that's probably the only way. Or I'll just have to watch playthroughs on YouTube.
Watching VR playthroughs on YouTube is one thing. Actually experiencing it is a whole other thing. Trust me.
Yeah.
So
True about that.
yeah, indeed there is that. So my thoughts on Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. Looks interesting. Definitely looks more enticing than the other VR. I mean, Vader Immortal looked cool, but it was just about Vader, and it probably had more to do than just Vader and just about Vader. But still, I would have preferred a lot more different stuff. At least this is definitely much more different. It's tackling one of the elements from the Disney parks, which right now are not too recommended to go to because of the pandemic. So yeah, this definitely is the VR experience that we probably were truly need compared to Vader Immortal or some other stuff. Squadrons is great. Do not get me wrong. In terms of VR, that is great in VR. But this, I think this actually was truly designed for VR, far more so than any other thing previously done in Disney Star Wars.
Yeah, that's the thing with the video, because I play Squadrons on a console without VR.
Playing Star Wars Squadrons with no VR headset and no joystick or HOTAS, which is the abbreviation for pretty much the full name of the joystick, you pretty much are gonna have just a okay to decent experience. You're not gonna fully experience this game how it is truly meant to be played. So just keep that in mind. So there is that. But
could be. I can't say for the VR experience.
Yeah, so the Tales from Galaxy's Edge, even though we probably will not experience it until maybe a year later or something, at least we gave you guys our thoughts on this one. So we will see you guys on the next State of Star Wars video. Bye-bye.
Bye.